Stay safe, kids.
Stay safe, kids. Hi. Where are you, group rejects?
Youth group rejects.
Rejects,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm tired.
We're tired and we're here and we're queer.
Yeah. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Rose-Ingrid.
How are you?
I'm a little shooky pet.
A little
I'm
shooky
a
poo.
little shooky the pet. It's good though, you know. It's gonna make us a
Are
little.
you high on? Are you sipping lean?
Jakob hooked me up with some good vitamins.
Oh yeah,
Not drugs, actual vitamins.
that's good.
I think.
You just took pills. You didn't know what they were.
Yeah, you can't trust the bottles, you know.
You
never know.
I thought I taught you street smarts.
I thought I told you.
What?
That's part of the other compilation that we're gonna have.
I thought I told you what?
Yeah, Jeremiah. I'm a star. McGregor? No? UFC? I know that's your jam.
Oh yeah.
Don't act like it's not.
Oh, I love men wrestling around in oiled bodies.
Yeah, but not wrong. Like you're being sarcastic. But your next Twitter find.
Expose myself. Yeah. But
We're gonna have to start exposing ourselves soon because this economy.
Jeez. Honestly, we were talking about it at home the other day. I was like, yo, I need some cash. Someone needs to take with the team. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. Okay.
I refuse.
It will not be me. How's your week been?
My week has been good. Been getting extra hours at work, but
Love
that's
that.
also taken a toll.
You know.
10-hour days are hard. I find them hard. I just can't work like I used to. Bitch be tired.
That's fair.
You know, but it's good. And I got a little short stroll along the river last night, which was
Look at that.
beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, the sky was very cool. It was really moody.
Mm.
And got there when it wasn't raining.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good to see people out too. How's your week been?
It's all right. Yeah, just chugging along. You know what I'm saying? My first full week on legal meth again. I guess. Well, this dose of legal meth.
Yeah.
No hunger, like ever.
So weird.
Yeah, man. I'm like never hungry. This shit's out here just cut out my appetite.
Mm.
I'm like eating, and I'm like, all right, guess that's that. And then I gotta go back to doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah. I'm like eating real boring too. It's just like I'm gonna take frozen vegetables, spritz some oil on there, and putting them in the air fryer just for like warm enough to be warm, like barely. Like here's some garlic powder. I'm gonna eat that. Well, now I'm not hungry anymore. Like it's I'm not even cooking. I'm like
You're cooking like me.
I'm like
That's an issue.
yo. I'm eating for sustenance alone. I'm like, is there protein in this? Great.
Is
There's
there not? Oh well.
Oh well, like there's no inspiration or art form whatsoever to how I'm eating right now.
And that's like a pleasurable thing that and we need more pleasure.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't use my vibe today though.
Yes.
But the kids are home, so I was like, "Is anyone next door right now?" Because it's daytime hours. I was like, "I'll just play some music."
Really loud.
I just like, "Hey Google, you know, play whatever," and then you're just like.
Play UFC men rolling around in oil.
No, that's gross. It's so not hot to me though. Though I do like gay porn, that's not hot to me.
Yeah. Really? Because
Yeah.
oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Because also like those guys, though it's very homoerotic, it's not. It's made for the male case.
Yeah.
And the straight male
The energy
case.
is annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We're
I'm
like,
just
we're over this. Come on. Yeah.
I'm a man. I'm like, no. I like the vulnerability involved with two men loving each other.
That is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Anyway.
Did you put the chair against the door?
No. Oh, well, they knock on my
Does
house.
the risk of getting caught?
Actually, it's distracting, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, no, week's fine. Did a couple shows.
Yeah, you did a show high.
I did a show
Tell
high.
us about that.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm very much like, I'm old school. Like, I come from, music and church shit and like theater. I want to be like in control of all my faculties, aware of everything on stage. So I'll like drink or smoke after a set, not before. And I to get high on purpose and then go and do some comedy was really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So like, you're just not self-aware and then you perform, and it was like high enough to like have fun, but not so high that you're fucking forget your set.
Where am I?
Or when I start just getting weird, you know what I'm saying? But no, and even like a couple of improvised moments in the set that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna actually pull that and use that later.
Nice.
Yeah, we talked about jizzing rain and stuff like that. Good holy shit.
What holes?
Someone asked me this week if I had a clean set, and I'm like, okay, what do you mean by clean?
Yeah.
I was like, family friendly. I'm like, well, are we talking Simpsons PG or Disney Channel PG? Because those are two different things.
Those are very different. Yes.
And he's like, Blippy PG. They were like, Blippy PG. And I was like, I mean, Blippy. I might have to go watch that to see what that looks like. I'm sure I could do it. I used to do Sunday school. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever have the velvet? Not the velvet.
Like the fucking little...
What's it called?
Yeah, I know. The little Jesus and the sheep made out of a fucking... I mean, not when I was a youth leader, but when I was a child in Sunday school, yes.
Oh, it's going to bother me. It's not Velcro either. It's...
Felt. The little felt Jesus and Mary and shit. Yeah. I have a very vivid memory of the felt like but in the Sunday school at First Baptist Church on Elgin Street, and like Fletcher being a shepherd and me being an angel for the Christmas pageant, and like lighting the Advent candle and reading the verses and shit.
Man.
And our minister was a short-haired blonde white lady.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, they were chill.
We love chill.
They were chill. We ate cookies and shit.
Cocaine?
Cookies.
Did the cookies have cocaine in them?
Did not do cocaine in church. I'm sure someone else has. I
was gonna say.
I wouldn't put it past a lot of people.
Did you check the toilets?
Can you imagine? You good? These kids would put their hands on everything and they lick everything. Can you imagine that kid like putting their hand on fucking cocaine in the church bathroom?
Oh my god!
And then licking their palm. What's wrong with your child? And they're fucking trying to exorcise the demon from your child.
You could just say they're high in the spirit.
They're like, we're gonna say it's demon possession, but they're high on coke. Because pastor's kid or something is snorting in the back. That'd be funny.
I mean, it all makes sense.
Sure, it's happened somewhere.
1000%.
It happens all right week. You know? Yeah. Trying to get myself together. Yeah.
It's an ongoing life.
Well, summer's coming too. I wanna like be outside. Like not like we outside, but I wanna leave my house.
Yeah, I wanna literally get outside.
Get outside. Not like we outside, but like
just two very different energies.
You know? Yeah, I'm not. No, I don't know if it's a hoe in summer. It doesn't feel like it.
Nah.
I don't know. I feel like summer 2024 is gonna be like a little wholesome.
I feel that too.
Right? Like I don't feel like being a degenerate this summer.
Yeah, let's be holy riders.
Holy
rider dyers.
Holy riders, huh? Okay.
Ride the holes. Speaking of, do you want to talk about queerness?
What the fuck was that?
You know I'm terrible at transitions.
Jeez. Well, okay. I did a show in a Haitian restaurant on Friday. And my material talks about like, you know, how I used to be a minister and growing up in church and being Caribbean and also being queer and disappointing my mother and being a full disgrace because I'm not a doctor. I'm sorry, Mom. And I did the sex. I've been doing a new bit about sex club. And like my first time having sex on the sex club. And I'm like looking out in the crowd and I'm like, oh shit, yo. I think these people, I've lost them. At one point, I was like, so, you know when you're like, I went to sex the first time, I'm like, oh, y'all too Haitian for that? And they're like, yeah. And it's funny because after the show, I'm talking to people and And it turns out people were chill. The owner invited
Nice.
me back, but on stage, I was like, oh, they fucking hate my guts. You know what I'm
Ugh.
saying? And all
Awful
that
good.
self, like that in your brain, like, and it starts to feed into the rest of the set because
Yeah.
you're now performing out of insecurity.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I went home later that same night, and I'm processing it, and I'm realizing that there's still a part of me that like wrestles with like internalized homophobia in the context of like my culture and my people, right? Because I never worry about it in another room because I don't fucking care. But like being in a room full of Haitians and realizing that like I'm scared to be judged for you know, not just being queer, but just like it's the like compounding of you're queer and you're out here having like sex and talking about it, and you're out here not loving the Lord, and you make fun of Jesus things.
Yeah.
It's such a like cultural taboo.
That's
on
a
top
whole
of
lot
a
of
taboo
no.
on top of a taboo.
Mhm.
And like we're like, oh shit, I might have to process some of that, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like
That's some important processing because
You know?
we hold it in our bodies.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I was pondering that. And I was like, I'm sure we're not the only ones. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
So I was figuring it'd be interesting to like hear more about your like. How did you know? I don't know if we really talked about this. How did you know you liked the ladies?
Oh man.
How did you know you were? When did you first see the sign? Yes.
It's actually interesting timing because there's been moments of a little more integration, but I still feel like I'm lying.
Tell
I
me
still
more about
feel
that.
like maybe it's just a phase thing, or I don't know if it ties into imposter syndrome, or
Like you're not queer enough to be queer?
yeah, or like I haven't been full on, or like most of my life has been with men, right?
Sure.
Or now I'm actually being okay. There's a little bit more being okay, being attracted to NBs or women. Whereas before it was like, there's still so much fear and like, I run from it, you know? And and then it bothers me, and then I feel shame. And it's just this,
okay.
you know?
So like,
but goddamn, I'm attracted to women. Woo! Even more so lately, I'm like, oh girl, yeah, for sure. Like, it's doing things down there. And I'm just like, I just think back to of like feeling certain things towards women when I was younger.
Interesting.
But just not, it wasn't even in my radar.
So when that happened, like, where did you file it?
There was the shame hit, and it was like, like it just.
Oh, so you were kind of aware that that's what it was.
No, I didn't. I was, well, maybe a part of me was, yeah, because there would be shame. Yeah. Interesting.
You were aware that it was something that was not like normative or whatever, that you were feeling. It wasn't just a friend thing or whatever. It was.
I'm like, oh, I'm attracted to. Oh, nope, only men.
Who was your sexual awakening? Tell me.
I think it was just like I would see women around, like walking on the street, or like just people that aren't men.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh wow, I'm really attracted to that person. Like I feel it here, you know, like all the things. I'm like, sometimes, you know. And then I was like, I just don't know what to do with it. And then I also, because I know the game with men, right?
Sure.
And that is annoying to me. With women and NBs, I'm like, it almost takes another level of vulnerability.
Because you're not in control. You don't know. You don't feel like you have power in that the way you do with men.
Yeah, I'm like,
you don't know the script.
Same old thing. I don't know the script. The culture we live in, it's like this, and this. We're programmed a certain way. Fucking annoying, but it's the way it is.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, I don't know how to navigate this. And then I just get all shy and weird, which is weird that I'm shy. But with men, I'm less shy. Well, sometimes I'm shy. But I'm never one to approach. Anyways, yeah. There's still like a lot of internalized homophobia, for sure. How about you? How are you navigating that? Who was your first? Like, ooh.
It's weird because I don't remember. Like, it's funny because there's a lot of blurry spots in my childhood. Like, there's chunks of things that I just don't remember. Living with my brother now, it's really weird because he'll say stuff and I'm like, I don't remember that happening.
Yeah.
I was in the room. I'm sure I was there and I don't remember that at all. So there's like a lot of gaps, but I don't remember like struggling on that level as a kid. But my first best friend is a full-blown lesbian. Like, we were out here tomboyish as fuck, out here like watching Barney and playing marbles and shit and playing with the boys. And now like, she's fully like Speedy's fully like got a wifey and kids and like fully out. But like, you know, surrounded by the gays. I mean, no one was gay in the 90s too, right?
Yeah.
And then being in a Caribbean home, so I wonder if there was like a subconscious like thing, because the story around queerness in our home, it was either not spoken of, and if it was spoken of, it was negatively so, right?
Yeah.
Like, that cousin, you know, everyone thinks so and so might be gay because whatever.
Yeah. You're going out, sinful.
And it's funny, on the ride here today, my brother and I were just chatting about just life and whatever, is reminiscing. He's like, sorry, I remember mom called me Messi, which is like a Haitian term for gay, and it's like, it's been reappropriated by queer folks, but it's seen as a negative thing, you know? I'm like, wait, mom called you that? He's like, yeah. I'm like, why? He's like, I don't remember. I'm like, wait, she never called me that. He's like, yeah, she should have. She never asked me if I was gay. He's like, she should have. I'm like, but she asked me if I danced with boys at the school dance.
Yeah.
She forced me to go to school dances. All the girls were begging their parents to go to the dance, and I'm like, my mom's like, you're going to the dance. I don't want to go to the dance. In junior high. In 7th grade, 8th grade. And I'm like, I really don't want to. She's like, no, you have to. It's part of your education, she would say.
You're going to find a man and you're going to dance with him?
And so she'd send me to school dance, and then she'd pick me up from the dance. Be like, who'd you dance with? Oh, just my friends. No boys. Not really.
Just so interesting.
Right? It's the opposite of every girl's experience,
Yeah.
right? And then she'd be like, why? I'm like, because they're gross. Like, have you met those boys? They're dumb. You don't want me you don't want me to hang out with them. You know what I'm saying? I think I remember dancing with this boy at a school dance once, and it was really awkward. Was it like 8th grade? And there was like drama happening in our friend circle too. Like, his best friend was like supposed to be dating my homegirl, but like then there's a bet going on that he could pick up another girl, and so she's like, fine, you can do that. But then he never broke up with her before the dance, so he was still whatever, and there was a big blowout. It was a whole thing.
Ooh.
I know.
Candy.
It was, and there was a Much Music video dance, you know what I'm saying?
I love that song.
Even prom, my mom forced me to go to prom with a boy. Yeah, my mom's like, I'm going to prom, and she's like, who are you going with? I'm like, no one. We're going as a friend group. She's like, no, you're a young woman, you need to be accompanied. And I was like, Mom, none of these guys, I don't want to go with them. And if I ask for these guys to go to prom with me, they're gonna be weirded out because we're homies. Like, I've known all these guys for forever.
So funny.
So I'm like out here on the basketball court, like, yo, homie, can you like do me a favor? Can you like, I'll pay for the ticket, whatever. Can you just come to prom with me so my mom can get off my back?
Meanwhile, other mothers are like, don't trust men, don't go near boys, no boys allowed.
So I'm at church the Sunday before prom, and this other guy at church, he's Haitian too. He had graduated the year before, whatever. We're homies. And his mom and my mom are talking. And I'm like, what are y'all up to? Next thing it's like, Fabrice is going to go to prom with you. And I'm like, what?
They're plotting.
I'm like, what? She's like, oh yeah, Ingrid has this thing on Monday. Is Fabrice free? This and that. And they like fucking totally schemed it. And I mean, it was great. Like, he was cool. He chilled well with my nerd theater friends. And,
nice, that's good.
we all like... everyone had fun, and he's like, thanks, I had a prom, but I was so uncomfortable. But like, never crossed it was never an option, I think, in my brain. I think queerness is just not such a common thing. And I started going to church young enough that like no one would, right? And I got like, Robert was fired for being gay.
Yeah.
So like, there's all of these like underlying things, but then I had all these female friends that I was very, 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 very close to, that Fletcher would be like, that's your bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean?
Spooning.
Like, y'all are too close.
Calling each other at 4 a.m.
Well,
for
that's
hours.
like that's in my 20s. But like even in high school, like we had an enemies to friends, whatever, and like she like broke up our friendship because she felt intimidated by my friends in the new school I went to. I was so heartbroken. We used to like hang out all the time, and like I would share my poetry with her because I didn't trust anybody else. And then we talk on the phone, talk on the phone every day because I switched schools. And then one day I was like, "Oh man, we have a school dance. Come to my school dance." And she was like, "You know, I kind of resent you or your new school friends. I feel like I'm not smart enough to be there." I'm like, "You're a grade A student, super smart." And so like that's how we ended our friendship. And she like stopped talking to me. And then we like both ended up working at the mall. She brought me flowers one day.
No way. Aw, look at that reconciliation.
Except I got really uncomfortable because I didn't know why she brought me flowers. And then my boss was like, "Oh, is it your birthday?" I was like, "No." And in hindsight, that makes sense. But I like boys.
Yeah.
I had a crush on like some like OACer who played guitar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sang sad songs.
Yeah.
And had flowy hair.
Did it flow with the rhythm?
No. He was like an opera singer / like wrote his own little songs and shit. I loved that shit.
Yeah.
In hindsight,
that's the vibe.
If you look back, I'm like, nothing in the face.
Leave the face.
But he was actually a really nice dude. Good people. But yeah, so no, honestly, it's weird. I don't feel like I struggled much, but when you look at it, I'm like, oh, the signs were everywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Hindsight.
And yeah, like I think when you grow up in a world where it's considered sinful to be that way,
it's not even an option. Yeah.
And also because I had so many strong friendships, and I think because I'm not wired. I think at least for better or for worse, where like sex comes first for me. So you don't notice what you're lacking because I'm like, well, I hold hands with girls. Like, what do you think about it? I held hands, we cuddled, we talked, I shared my feelings. I had all this shit in my friendships without the fucking and shit. And I'm like, and I was chilling. I didn't worry about nothing.
Yeah. Fulfilled in different ways.
I had very romantic friendships.
I kind of love that though. Like I kind
of miss some of that.
You know? The romance. I think it's important to have romance in all your relationships.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Except I love people who don't like to cuddle, so it's a problem. You and others.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. All my inner circle, no one cuddles anymore. I went from like an embarrassment of options to like shit. I guess I cuddle myself.
We gotta find some cuddlers.
Yeah.
You should apply for the professional cuddler position.
No, that's weird. It's weird. I also have like anxiety issues, friends.
True. You need to feel safe.
I need to feel safe.
Yeah. That's fair. Who knows if those precautions are really taken?
Also, I mean, just for the physiology of it, maybe, but no. Eddie, no. But I feel like even coming out, like it was very much like a step by step. Like, okay, I'm opening myself to this, and like, oh, I can view myself this way now. Okay, and then the next thing, and probably some of it is all of that too. But who doesn't love ladies,
right?
But I feel like for you, because again, I didn't date anybody, men or women. You know what I'm saying? I was out here chilling. But like, there was a time where I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm queer enough to call myself X, Y, Z.
Right.
And I had friends who were like, if you are questioning, you belong. You know, there was room to not quite understand. There was room to make mistakes. Like there was room to be like, this feels right now, but it can't change later, and you're not.
And that's okay.
Yeah. And so I feel like in that tension that you're sitting in, just own whatever it is you have to own. And if it doesn't feel right in a few months or a year or whatever, that's okay.
Yeah.
You'll have learned about yourself enough to know what feels right, you know?
Yeah. I think that's a beautiful way to look at it, right? Because there's so much gray in the gray nuance. And, you know, there's things like I've been told, oh, it's your trauma, you know, because I've been traumatized by men. But I'm also like, no.
Do you know how many girls are traumatized by men and still exclusively date them? I'm like, Trauma by men is like the most common thing in heterosexual
Right.
relationships from the beginning of time. I'm sorry.
No, it's
It's like when
wild.
girls are like, "Oh, I'm so straight," but like I do make up with my friends sometimes when I'm drunk, or
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
did like a girl fingered me once and I liked it. So you're straight? Well, yeah. And I'm like, you know, straight girls aren't. I'm like, okay. If I mention licking pussy to a straight girl, generally speaking, they're like, ugh. Like because they're not into it. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
funny. That's funny.
I'm like, I don't know, man. If you can put your nose in there, you might not be as straight as you think you are. I'm like, I have a friend who used to say that all the girls are bi unless proven otherwise.
yeah, man. I feel like that's the thing. I feel like it's so fluid, but we're so conditioned.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like how do we get out of the soup we're swimming in? We can't.
Well, some of it. Well, no, we have agency. I refuse to own that we can't. Like, yeah, the soup is
Fully.
out there. We can't, but I think we can totally make choices to like, you know,
Yes.
to fight that. Like,
More
it's a
integration.
choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wonder, like, I remember, and it's a bad example, but I remember growing up and people being like, "Oh, you hunger for what you feed on," and the reality is that it's actually true. Like, the church people use it to control you. You know. And I wonder if, like, for a lot of, you know, either baby gays or folks who are coming out of the closet or folks coming from toxic spaces, you know, who are like, I'm kind of okay in my straight-ish world.
Yeah.
If, like, part of it is like, yeah, but how will you know what you actually want out of the other side of your passions unless you actually, like, commit to like diving in.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, oh, I'm bi until you like, oh no, I fell in love with a woman for the first time, and I'm actually hella gay. You know, pull over and rap and be like, thank you for proving to me that I'm lesbian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And her experiences as, you know, in with men's are still valid, and those songs are still those feelings are still valid. But she's like, oh, I'm so gay. Right? And that might not be the case for you or whatever's, but I think we kind of owe ourselves to lean into the parts of stuff that we're exploring, especially those of us who come from really like closed worlds.
Yeah.
And see, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And worst case scenario, it's not for you, and like the world hasn't ended. But
that's the thing, yeah.
You know?
I'm also like, I know that I'm like, I do want to experience that. I'm like, what is it like to have? I know it's all individual because you can have shitty relationships or good relationships or whatever, healthy. But I'm like, I feel like there'd be an understanding and a safety with a woman. You know?
Then what's holding you back?
I haven't like. Well, first of all, what we already talked about. Also, like, it is terrifying to think of having a woman or non-binary partner coming to a family event.
Okay. All right.
You're
fair.
like, well, slow down.
Fair. But like, baby girl, how about a date? Like, why are we paying? That's steps down the way. Let's go to an event.
But then I can't fully be free in it. I mean, I guess it's like exposure therapy kind of, right? And then you build into it.
There are plenty of men you dated and never brought home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's like that terror of my family knowing. I mean, like two family members know.
But you'll cross the bridge when you cross it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To me, I go, yeah, that will be an obstacle. You cover it when it's time. And if you meet a girl that you're like super into and you build something beautiful and mutual and fulfilling, when you're ready, you'll have what you need in that season.
Yeah.
But to be like, that's gonna be scary. So today I'm not gonna I don't know, have joy or enjoy anything or like explore what I'm gonna deny myself today.
Yeah.
The opportunity to meet a cool person, to maybe make an interesting friend, to like have a pleasuring experience, to have more joy in my life, to have more abundance in my life, because I'm not sure that this thing in like light years ahead that may or may not happen.
Yeah.
I'm
still taking those steps. It's just like I also have the like I don't want to put my baby gayness onto someone who's already, you know.
But also, that's up to them.
Yeah.
They're grown, right?
Yeah.
I feel like often, and again, I do this shit too in other ways. Like, oh, I don't want to put my shit on you. Like, I have baggage, but that's my self-sabotaging protectiveness being like, see, I'm gonna rationalize this. Look at me, I'm logical. I have baggage in my family, whatever, and this and that,
Yeah.
and you're not gonna want to carry these responsibilities.
Yeah.
And it helps me feel superior.
It's gonna hurt too much.
And safe and in control. And it's like, see, Rose-Ingrid's so like logical about that shit. Wow. They're so grounded. What a mature approach. No, it's fucking, I'm scared shitless. I'm just scared of vulnerability.
Yeah.
I'm scared of being seen. Oh man, this week the algorithm has been roasting my ass. Okay, TikTok went, bitch. You thought we were done with you? Let's talk about fearful avoidance. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Oof.
Gotta get out of my, because I want to be close. But then I'm like, ooh, too close. Let me find problems with you. I will give myself the ick.
That's fucking real.
Yeah, I will talk myself out of this bullshit. I will find all the most logical reasons. And I can say it's logical. I am no one lies to me more than I lie to myself. And then I'm sitting here like, I want to cuddle. Well, bitch, you can't cuddle with nobody if every time you find someone you want to cuddle with, you find reasons not to be with them. That's a you problem.
It's so true. It's so true.
You problem.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you confuse people. Okay? Shit.
Man, I know. We crave it and then we push it away.
But push and pull. And you read it in the comments and the people are clearly some avoidance have hurt some people's feelings. And I'm like, look. If I just avoid you completely, I don't have to hurt anybody's feelings. By my own.
Exactly.
I have a full-on relationship in my fucking head, and then I end it.
I'm just gonna isolate myself.
But the problem is, if I close myself off to the bad things, then I close myself off to the good things.
That's it.
And so we can't be here rationalizing ourselves out of good things. And yeah. And this idea like, oh, well, soon come. I'm like, that's like any change in life, whether it's like changing some of your mindsets or changing systems in the world. This play, soon comes, but in the by and by never happens. You kind of have to push for change.
Yeah. It's funny you say this because, oh my God, this is the shit we're working through these lately. The intimacy is going next level because there's safety in my main relationship right now. Yeah. And it's like going deeper, which is fucking terrifying. Yeah. Like I want to run and I notice the saboteur and I'm like, okay. And no, you know what? I was really like, don't judge me, but that's my own shame. Lately, I've been sleeping with Happy the hippo, the teeny, the little stuffed animals right here on my chest every night. I know it makes me want to cry actually. Because my inner child is so scared. Bro.
It's so wild. Because I'm like just getting bombarded. I mean, hey, thanks for sharing that. I know it's hard.
And the ick, when you're talking about the ick, I noticed myself.
You're looking for problems.
I was like,
I'm like, well, this and this and that. See? Irresponsible. See? Disrespectful. See? Don't know how to respect. Not a person of their word. I'm done with this shit. Yo, bro, fuck off. And they don't even know. They don't even know.
And it's not even that big a deal what I was like, oh, now I have the ick now. It's got to be done. Yeah. But I'm like, they did nothing.
Oh, in your head. And I'm like, see? I'm better than everybody because I've avoided this toxic ass person. Doesn't know what they want. And I'm like, and then, like you get off of the fucking dopamine high. I'm like, that's right. And I'm like, oh, I kind of missed it. How come you haven't texted me? Bitch, it's your fault. I want to hang out with them.
Oh my God.
Man, it's bad. And we just friends. You know what I'm saying?
We're just calling ourselves out hard.
I might owe some people some apologies. But also, then I have to be vulnerable. So I'm like under the rug. I'm like, what's up? As if I did not like put you through that entire cycle. I'm toxic.
No, you have learned ways that protect you
and they no longer
served a purpose
me.
Then and they no longer serve me now, which is a good sign.
I'm aware and I'm taking care of business.
That's it.
That's right. Yeah, man. I'm gonna go Google some EMDR. No, because it's bad, bro.
Yeah.
And it's hard because you're like, oh, you want, and you want proximity and you want closeness and you want vulnerability and you want neutrality. And I'm like, but also that means I have to get over my shit and risk being abandoned. It's not rejection, it's abandonment, and risk betrayal and risk judgment and being misunderstood, which I always feel, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, those wounds they're only gonna come out in intimacy, they're only gonna come out in proximity, and they're only come out once I like trust you enough to fucking feel vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Hate it.
Living that so hard right now. God,
yeah.
Man.
No.
And back to the like, kind of like full circle to the. So right now, my main partner is a dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I can't lean into this because I haven't fully explored my queerness.
Well,
there's
I love non-monogamy personally.
Yes.
Because I just don't believe that everyone can be everything to someone. Look, if monogamy is for you, I love that. I understand it.
Yeah.
Cool. And it's probably some of my trauma, but like, I hate feeling like I'm owned. Like,
yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's the second I feel like someone's grasping onto me, even in friendship, I hated that.
Yeah.
We're best friends. Fuck off.
You and I have issues.
Yeah, I know. My niece will be like, is Laura your bestie? I'm like, Laura's my very good friend. We don't use terms like that in our relationship.
We don't.
No. We know what we are. That's all that matters.
Stop putting a label on us.
Laura's your bestie, right? I'm like, Laura's one of my very good friends. But
God.
But I used to have like friends who'd like, even the way they hugged me felt possessive, and everything in me would crawl. And I'd be like, and I, a long time in that relationship, like denied my feelings. And eventually, and I look, it didn't end probably the best for someone I knew for over a decade, but I wouldn't let me ghost them. I like, you know what? We're getting older. Our lives are different. We're going to do a little slow fade. Nah, man. I have to be like, hey, for us to catch up with me to violate some of my personal boundaries right now. So that's not going to happen. Thank you, though. Yeah. Just like, you know, when you hang out with those Christians, I'm like, like, not only do I not believe like you do, like, you still fucks with people. I know you're still praying for me to come back.
Yeah.
You're being nice about it, but I know. And I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And because I'm used to you, I'll say anything, and it feels like intimacy because I just don't care. Like, I've known you long enough that I could say anything to you anyway. And I know you won't judge me for it, so it's fine. But I'm also like, you think that because I'm sharing these things that we're still close, but we're not. It's just because I'm just used to you and I don't care about you. I don't care about you judging me.
Yeah.
There's no stakes in it for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I realize like, oh, I'm giving you like mixed messages. Though it's funny because I look back on her sister's gay, and her mom used to
sister's gay.
Her mom used to wonder if we were back.
No
way.
way.
We were on the phone back when like you still had landlines. We'd be on the phone until the phone died, and then pick up another phone and then call back. Like 6-7 hour, like, oh yeah.
Did her mom ever say anything?
Her mom was like, y'all sure? Her mom's not Christian. Y'all
oh, okay. So I was like, pussy? Oh, she was cool with it. This kid. Okay. She was like,
and we're like, no.
What are you talking about?
But like, there is some serious, you know, like in hindsight, I'm like, that was kind of gay.
Yeah.
The possessiveness when other friends like, oh, they already had time with you today. I'm like, oh. Or like when I was like, hey, you know that this season right now I'm just not as free as I used to be. When I left school and whatever. She's like, and I'm like, everyone else has had to pivot. She's like, for right or wrong, I just think I deserve more. And I was like, I'm not your girlfriend, bro. This is before I knew. I was like,
before I knew.
I had a lot of friends who was like, why do I feel a bad boyfriend right now? I'm getting a speech like, you don't do things with me anymore. And it is, and I'm like, I'm sorry, homie. Did I? Huh? Yeah. But his wife was just like, you had bitches. And I was like, no, we're just good
We're
friends.
friends, and they buy me flowers and pretty earrings. They send me things from across the world.
Look, I'm lovable. What can I say? No. But no, I feel like I'm probably due to like just shut my brain off and just roll with the vibes, you know, and see and see what that brings.
Yes.
Because she'd be scared.
Oh, I feel that. I know. I pulled one of your morning affirmations out.
I saw that.
Yes. What if it's good?
What if it
turns out good?
What if it turns out good?
Which is exactly because I'm in the terror, the full on fear right now. And I'm trying so hard to comfort that little girl in me or all the parts, whatever. And trying to lean into the goodness of it and not live in that fear and have, I don't know, man. It's a lot. But that was a good reminder. I'm like, yeah, what if it... Because I'm like, then I'm going to be stuck or owned or possessed.
No, because you always have a choice, right? Yes. And that fear of being stuck or owned or possessed comes from a scarcity mentality.
Yeah.
It comes from a fear-based mentality. And at the end of the day, I choose. Excuse me. You know, if I can choose this path and it feel right for now, and a year, a month, a day, an hour down the line, I can also change my mind, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't have to please everybody.
Yeah.
I can just trust my gut.
I don't have to fear heartache that may or may not happen.
And at this heartache, I've survived worse.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's nothing I'm going to experience that won't be... And I feel like there's also... I look at, like, there's a point... I very vividly remember telling myself I never wanted to feel a certain way again.
Yeah.
And I wonder if, like, subconsciously, like, I meant it.
Mm-hmm.
And...
That's a contract.
And, like, if that shut me... Because, you know, this person took me by surprise.
Yeah.
And the feelings were very strong. I was also young. Very strong and overwhelming. And when I shut that down for myself for multiple good reasons, I was, like, so heartbroken. And I was like, this, whatever this feels like, if this is it, I ain't doing this no more.
Nope.
And so I have ensured that for a good solid decade.
Yep. We're just gonna vault that hard there. We're just gonna.
And so I'm like, and this is before I left church. So I'm like, you know, now I'm out in these streets, and realizing like, oh, I've experienced some interesting things, but also like none of them are very emotional. You know,
it's easier.
There's very little vulnerability in that side of my life.
Yeah,
and that's probably a problem. It's so funny because people go like, oh, that's so vulnerable. I'm like, no, being naked in front of strangers is not vulnerable at all.
Yeah.
That's not a problem to me.
Totally. I can fuck, but if we're cuddling, that's terrifying.
You know what I'm saying?
Ugh. No, thank you. Gross.
What a good advertisement for date us. Look, at least we're aware. You know what I'm saying?
It only gets us so far.
I know. But also just someone help me out.
Oh man, yeah. I guess I just had this like epiphany of like, I'm not believing that men fully mean what they say.
I mean, oops, that was out loud. Which men?
I mean, okay, my main partner and I, like, he's very aware that I'm like, I have all this stuff to explore and I'm attracted to other people and whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, that would be hard. And I know that that's really important. And is trying to like be open-minded, but I'm like,
at the end of the day, fuck out of here. Yeah. If you're like, hey girl, I know that being with you means that you're gonna be with some ladies, and I know it's hard, but I'm okay with it. That we are adults. I'm gonna take you at your word. I'm gonna go find me some pum pum and some good old feminine love. And if you have an issue with it, you will bring it up because you're an adult. Or else, why am I doing this with a person who doesn't? If you can't mean what you say, then I can't be in a relationship with you.
Yeah.
So take him at his word.
Yeah. And because like, what if it could be something good, or what if there's like lessons learned and growth and healing, and then move on?
And maybe he means it, and he'll be like, actually, I can't do this. And then you both have choices to make.
Yeah.
Take him at his word. don't deny yourself out of like what you think in your you built that in your head. That's not what he said to you. Nah.
Yeah.
And if you couldn't trust what he said, then why would you be in this relationship with this person to begin with?
It's a
No, also, you need to hang out with more queer folks. Go hang out with
Yeah.
more. Go find your people.
Yeah.
And like go to spaces and catch someone's eye. And
That is fun.
Tell them how pretty their nails are and shit like that. And go find yourself a good stud.
Ah.
Yes. You know, a
Yes.
good butch lady
Yes.
to tell you what to do, to put it on you. Look, I know you.
Yep.
I'm saying bring in her like a nice fade too.
Yeah, nice fade or like dark curly hair, the like
Yeah,
the loose curls. Gets me.
yeah. I see you. No, but I truly feel that like in these cases that part of the undoing is also just experiencing.
Yes.
'Cause then-
oh my god, yeah.
Because then like you're creating new pathways and new experiences to counteract the negative shit in your head.
That's it.
So the longer you sit in your couch scared, thinking about how scary it is, the easier it is to say no to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How are you gonna challenge yourself in that area?
Gonna make out with a woman.
Okay. Do it. Get on the apps. You're gonna go to a mixer. You're gonna go to a singles night. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So much for wholesome summer.
Make
I mean,
it
it's
out as
wholesome. It's wholesome. I love a good
I didn't
makeout
say it was a
sesh.
celibate summer. Fuck out
Yeah,
of here.
fuck that shit.
No, I'm just saying we're not gonna be out here like making on boats and shit.
Oh. I was like, but what? Okay.
I mean, we could be, but
Yeah, we're gonna do a half birthday for me because I don't want a winter birthday anymore. So we're gonna rent a
Christmas in July?
houseboat,
is that what we're doing?
and then we're gonna have lingerie or
Oh, it's the first
bikini
time
party.
hearing about this. Is that what's going on?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
no,
Oh, okay.
it's not. Only if we get paid for it. To dance around in bikinis.
I'm not setting an OnlyFans.
Damn it!
Yo, shout out to the OnlyFans girlies. I respect that, man.
Yeah,
Get your money. It just couldn't be me.
yeah.
Though sometimes I'm like, how many thousands of dollars a month do you make?
Yeah, man.
Fuck.
And you got titties.
I do.
I do.
And my titties be tittying some days. Got some great ass tits. That's the thing.
Great ass and tits.
Most days, it's so funny. I met some queers in Cuba when I was there, and they were like, we weren't sure if you were one of us. I'm like, why? Well, because I'm out here in bikinis. I'm out here like, poo,
poo poo.
titties out, fucking string bikini on, the little gold and fucking, whatever. And they're like, I'm like, yeah. I fought so hard to be comfortable in this body. I don't fucking care how masculine I am in these streets. You're gonna see me flaunt what I got.
Yep.
Nope. I'm just like,
That's just my freedom.
that's just, I'm like, I could wear board shorts, but I don't have to.
Being naked or
Yeah.
as close to naked as possible,
As possible
is the best.
Mhm. Also, have you seen its tits in the fucking bathing suit? Say less, bro. Shit.
Big Sean has.
And he can see them again. Anywho.
I'll keep his wife occupied if she wants.
Oh. Anywho. Someone said, no. Yeah. It's like this. I'm saying unicorn. I'm like, ugh.
I know. Sometimes that was like my one time in the threesome / first time with a woman / with a couple, and I was like, "Am I being objectified?" And I was like, "I'm okay with this kind of objectification. This is hot." I was like, "Don't objectify women," and then I'm like, "It's fine."
Can't wait to do it with a girl without a dude.
I know. That's why I was checking. I was like, "Is this for him? Who is this really for?" Because I'm not about him, but I'm about you. It was awesome.
Oh man, yeah,
And that's a contract too, because I said I'd never thought I would have a threesome. That was never appealing to me.
That was a good time.
It was so great. You know?
I just felt so in control. And I was like, yep, I have all the power in this situation right now, and I kind of love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
Just it's not a bad deal. No.
Pretty great.
Yeah. I heard we have some questions in the vault. Maybe we'll answer one.
We sure
today.
do. We should do.
Maybe the one with the take less to answer. Is there the Bible one?
So not our friends.
No. What's the other one? Not
This one? For both of you. Are you a wingus or a fingus?
What the fuck is that? What is a wingus?
Fingering?
Isn't this some
fingus?
white people shit?
I mean, maybe I
I'm gonna
should
Google
be
it.
more in touch with my people, but I don't know what the fuck that means.
Okay. A wingus is the derogatory term for a person or object, equal to the opposite of dingus. What's a fingus?
A fucking wingus?
A fingus is the Fingus family. Oh, it's a last name. I don't know, man.
Like, is this
It
person?
looks like a mushroom. I don't know.
That's fungus.
I'm neither. All I'm every woman. It's all in me. I have no fucking clue. What's the other question we have on there?
Next. Okay. If you had to choose a favorite Bible verse, what would it be and why?
I have two answers to that. One's more serious than another.
Okay.
So when I was back in my Jesus days, I had a verse.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have called it my favorite Bible verse, but it was like a life verse for me. It's in the New Testament. You know what? I'm forgetting shit, which is kind of cool. I love that. It's like in the recesses of my brain. I just want to fucking quote. It's when Jesus declares the Great Commission. But at the end of it, in one of the translations says, "And lo, I'm with you always, now until the ends of the earth." And I think like the idea, like for me, like that Jesus is always with me. I also used to love that verse in Mark where he talks about like those who lose fathers and mothers and whatever will gain all that and more in Christ or whatever.
That's beautiful.
And it helped me feel better about the fact that like everyone
You
hated
don't
my
have
guts.
a dad.
And my mom was like, "You're a disappointment and you make me sad and get out of my face." Yeah, what's your favorite Bible verse?
Exodus 14:14, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you still care for this Bible verse?
I mean, I like the idea of, I don't know, whatever, creator, spirit, guides, ancestors being there and for us to be still and just know that we're had. You know? Still powerful in that way, even though it's from the Bible that is about Jesus. But I'm like, that stillness is when we're most connected. And I need more of that in my life.
There's this comedian who used to do a Christian like comedy circuit who used to have a bit where he would talk about how folks would ask him what his favorite Bible verse was, and he would make one up, and he put down Psalm 38, 5-8, whatever, and left it. And this little lady's reading the Christian comedian's favorite Bible verse in Sunday school. It's like, "I have a burning fire in my loins." I always got a kick out of that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. No, I think what was hard too is that like this verse was like such a comfort for me. And then whenever there was conflict at church, it was people took it so personally and not. And I'm like, oh, that's not how I view family. So God promised me this family that can't even fight.
Right.
Like can't even disagree.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Aren't you supposed to be better than my actual family? Clearly you're not.
Yeah.
And then
Clearly
you
we're all traumatized.
start being like, oh fuck, y'all don't view family the way we view family in my culture. And then you realize, oh, it's just whiteness. It's not Jesus at all.
Oh man, yeah, we do not do conflict well or at all. Yeah, we just avoid a bunch of shit.
You know.
Not everyone.
Yeah.
And the Lord will fight for you. It's like it always feels like a fucking fight, you know? It's exhausting in life.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I don't have to.
Yeah.
I can just be still.
But are
Not
you actually
always.
still? Are you actually grounded, or did you bypass and like throw it off on someone else so you can like pretend that you feel still?
In Jesus land or now?
In Jesus land with a verse, like, were we actually chilling? Because I feel like although the Lord will fight for me. He's before me. No weapon before me will prosper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm more
yeah,
than
yeah.
conqueror. You're stirring yourself up, but none of my shit's handled.
Yes.
And I've not done with any of the trauma and any of the issues within me.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling bad. I'm going to put on a worship song and I'm going to close the lights and I'm going to pace. I'm going to pray. I'm going to worship the Lord. I'm going to stir myself up in my holy faith and recite my Bible verses.
Dude.
And then
still hate myself.
and then when I left, I was like, oh, wow. Look at me. This never actually healed any wounds. I don't think it's inherently bad. I get it.
Yeah.
But also, go to fucking therapy.
Dude.
Learn to love yourself.
Yeah. This is the epiphany we were talking last week about on that episode. And I'm realizing, I chose at 23 or 25. I almost didn't go to therapy, but I'm so grateful my past self chose to go to therapy. And I've been on that road ever since. And I think that's what helped me with the indoctrination and be like, oh, this isn't God. This isn't real life. This isn't how we connect. This is how we stay disconnected with this.
Yeah.
You know? So I think therapy was part of the awakening.
Shout out to Virgia, man. If you need a good Christian therapist, she's a boss. No. Call them all my shit. Why are you in ministry? Jesus is not a good enough answer.
Jesus is a drug.
I was like, I certain I put money down. She knew day one all of my business. When she did a full work. She had me like break down my entire family history in the first 2 weeks.
Oh, that's good.
That lady knew exactly who I was, but waited 8 months to tell me I was abused.
Yeah, we're gonna just
she knew.
walk together.
Yo, ninja style, like stealth. Yeah, that lady was playing no games.
Flip with a samurai sword.
Google emotional abuse for me. Can you read a definition? I'm like, why'd you use my nerddom against me? Fuck you, bitch. No, man. Lady out here had my number.
We love good
therapists. No. Shout out to good therapists.
Yeah.
Help me. You know, you don't have to go to church to be a Christian.
Right? Like, you don't have to be in McDonald's to be a burger.
What a weird ass fucking.
But I love Big Mac sauce so hard. So good.
That's what happens. People are like, I know I could be a Five Guys burger or a Harvey's burger or just a general burger that I made at home, but they stay for that, like they stay in a toxic place because I love me some Big Mac sauce. My mom goes to this church, or like, well, you know, they were nice to me that one time, and then you allow yourself to be the worst kind of fucking patty, the worst.
And then instead of the bacon coming on you, you give your bacon, not your ass, but like your money. Just tithing.
The metaphor died.
Just like Jesus, but he rose again.
Did he? I don't know. I wasn't there.
Women were the first to witness.
Goody. Shout out to Zombie Jesus. No, man.
Is that going to be your horror film?
No. We're going to do one better than that. Zombie Jesus is too easy.
True.
No. I can't wait to write a horror Christian slasher.
Dude, that's gonna be so good. I would watch that, and I don't like horror.
Oh no, man! It's in the works. We're working on it.
That'll be good.
Gonna get some writing done this summer.
Yeah.
Before we leave, part ways this week.
Yeah.
Beautiful friend. How are you gonna lean into joy?
Dear God. I think I'm going to spend some more time with this deep sadness that will allow more space for joy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to maybe I'll do some dancing.
Make out with a girl, maybe.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that too.
Do it.
Yeah.
Dancing.
I'm feeling it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
Sorry, it's someone's bass outside. What am I gonna do to lean into joy this week, huh?
We are struggling.
I'm just living right now, bro. I'm being real.
It's a good tension.
I'm like, am I alive? Am I breathing? I'm like, yeah, okay. I gotta catch up on work. All right, cool. All right, did I fuck up it too much this week? No. Cool, awesome. I should clean my room. What? You know what? We're gonna play some basketball. You know,
Nice.
it's the last game of the season.
Oh wow, that flew.
We're playing for third place. We got our ass handed to us last week. But it's okay. We're gonna
Time
miss
to hand
those
it back.
guys. I mean, I've never worried about losing some ass, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna play some ball. That'll be fun. Shout out to the Dunkaroos.
That's an amazing name.
Yeah, we're a good
The
time.
Rainbow Dunkaroos.
Yum. Yeah, you know, just gonna show up to the things that I know I enjoy, even though I'm like, I just want to hide in my room. You're like, oh, I don't want to play today, and then you're like, oh, I had a good time.
Opposite action.
You know, I'm not being led by my feelings of madness. Maybe be mehness, you know. I'm being led by action. I'm gonna make choices.
That's a word. That's a good word.
You know, I try sometimes. Sometimes I have a good word.
Yeah.
Play some ball and go to trivia and I don't know, sing some angsty songs. Like apparently I like angsty music.
Yeah.
My day list is out here just dragging my ass. Like, okay. I try to listen to happy music. It just doesn't hit the same way.
Nah. I'm on that sad shit too lately.
I'm trying to be like, no, put into you what you put out in the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna listen to happy Natasha Bedingfield. And I'm like, this isn't hit like the emotional shit.
Right now it's too much. And that's okay. We'll get there.
All the time. All I do is listen to fucking emo shit, man.
Okay, so maybe soon.
and that's the thing. I'm like, it's my go-to. I'm like, it's either sad romantic shit or sad angry shit, or like sad R&B, sad all of the rock. It's all of it. It's just all like a little angsty.
Yeah.
I love me some angst.
That's good. It's just a good noticing. It's like, oh, okay, that tells me things. And what else can we lean into?
You know, maybe you should listen to some fucking joyful shit.
Kirk Franklin.
Maybe. Sometimes I'm in the mood for that.
Yeah.
See. All right, friends.
Blessings.
Be blessed. You know? You get a have an orgasm. Make out with a girl.
I need one.
Or a boy. If you're into that.
Or non-binary.
Yeah.
Folks.
Sure, a person.
All the group sex, whatever.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Why not? You know, and do something you enjoy this week.
Practice safe sex.
Yeah, don't bring no babies home unless you want to, okay?
True.
These are expensive. Don't do it.
Okay, love you. Bye.
All uncomfortable. You're like, stop talking. No, but for real. Have a good week. Bye.